Hey guys, so I thought I'd put out a video since I haven't done anything in a while, because we're kind of in between expansions. There hasn't been much new content to go with. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on my tank. It's a Necromancer and it's a tank DPS hybrid. Anyone who's played a DPS knows what it's like trying to get a group when you're trying to pug for a pledge or something like that. It takes forever. So I decided to go with Necromancer, and I noticed they have some pretty good tank skills to them. At the same time, you can do some decent DPS. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with it. I have a lot of work still to do on this, but I'll just kind of go over what I've done so far. So right now, I am let's look at my armor here. I am currently using the Ranger set for a 5-piece. That gives you, as you can see here, stamina recovery, weapon critical, max stamina, stamina recovery again, and then reduce the effectiveness of snares applied to you by 50%. That's not really, I don't really care too much because it has 2 5-piece sets there, or 2 bonuses for 5 pieces. So the second one doesn't really matter. I'm still getting a 5th piece bonus with that stamina recovery. I'm really big into stamina recovery just because I'm not really good at managing that well. I've tried the reduced, cost of abilities, and it didn't really work out as well as the stamina recovery did. Not saying that's the best. The good players out there will always go with the reduced cost over recovery, but that's just what I'm doing. So for my 2-piece, I'm using the Lord Warden's Dusk Visage. Sorry, I can't talk. Just because it adds quite a bit of armor. You get the 2906. Also, the second here, when you take damage, you have a 50% chance to summon a Shadow Orb for 10 seconds that increases your physical and spell resistance for you and allies within 8 meters by 3780. And this can happen once every 10 seconds. So, because you're the tank and you're taking damage all the time, and this has a 10 seconds basically cooldown, it is always up. And this not only helps you, but it helps everyone in your party. I went with a heavy for this. And then for shoulders, I went with light. I'm doing this just because the perk you get from Undaunted, the Undaunted Metal, that'll give you a 6%, I believe it is, bonus to HP. My other set of gear, or my other 5-piece, is the Eternal Hunt. This one I'm kind of up in the air on. I wanted to find something that also had that stamina recovery, once again, because I'm not that good at it, and that added stamina, and something that could add some damage. Now, I had a hard time finding that. This is the best option I had because of the roll dodge, which is kind of nice. I'll show you in a minute why. And for the necklace, I'm also, once again, stamina recovery, and for the rings, stamina recovery and increased max stamina. For the everything else, I'm doing Mundus Stone effects on the small pieces, and I'll show you in a second why. And on the large pieces, I'm doing infused for that maximum health. I want to be at about 30k HP, which I think is a pretty decent, number you can get for, for being a tank and handle most of everything. This is not my hardcore tank. I have one that has about 55k HP, so I'm not too worried. I'm not going to ever go into any, like raids or anything probably with this character unless it's a normal. For my others, for the rest here, I told you I had a heavy and a medium, or a heavy and a light. The rest I did were medium, just to help once again with that stamina recovery. So here's some of the things I'm doing for skills. Right now, my character, with nothing proccing or anything at the moment, let me see, let me get my sword and shield out. There we go. We're looking at 31k HP. My defense is actually kind of low. We're looking at about 21k. Now, what I do is I use, we go to the Beckoning Armor 4. What this does is boosts here. I'll show you. I use that skill. My character, now you can see I have, right now I'm at about 26k for physical resistance. And last I checked, unless anything has changed, you want to be at about 32k for a tank. After that, it kind of tops out. You don't get any more benefit from it. And let me show what happens when the orb procs on that 2-piece set. That'll sit you right at about the 32k perfectly. If I can find a mob, I'll show you. There's something over here. Okay, come on, hurry up and hit me. Okay, it's gonna run away apparently. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so much for that being active all the time. Yeah, apparently this mod doesn't like me. There we go. There's the orb. Okay, I'll hit my buff, and then if you look at my character, there we go. We got about 30k. Yeah, so it's pretty close. So, that out of the way, let me show you the rest of this. My skills for doing, for tanking, we got the beckoning armor. We'll go with, what's it called? The boneyard. So when I run in, here's what I usually do with the group. I will generally, here's a group of mob. Oh, that's not a group of mobs, that's a person. Let's see here. Okay, here's what I do. I'll charge in. I'll do a dodge. That drops the perk, stuns him, drops my boneyard. That hits him pretty well. And then from there, I can do whatever, do my DPS, and I can average anywhere from 10 to 15k. If depending on the group. Right there was only 5k, but I really wasn't trying too hard, and everything was moving around. Okay, so that's why I use that other set also, because like I was saying, it stuns them when you use it. Let's see here. Yeah, when you use the roll dodge, it leaves behind a rune, detonates enemies, dealing 9,400 damage and mobilizing, not stunning. But that gives you time to drop the boneyard to hit them with both of those at the same time. Let's see what else I got going on here. At the moment, my weapons, I don't really have any. I'm not sure about what I want for the enchantment yet. There's kind of whatever I found. I did get the weapon for the shield, or the max health for the shield. I have 2 daggers, basically to raise my crit up. One of them is a Nirnhound, so I can increase that by 15%. The other one is, once again, weapon and spell crit by 3%. That will be 6 once I boost it up. If you take a look at my stats when I'm attacking, right now I'm at 24-17 weapon damage and 43% crit. And then my stamina recovery, 27-79. My health and magic recovery isn't really that good. And for food, I use the triple trifle pocket, because once again, great for stamina recovery. And it gives you that boost of HP to get me up there to that 35 or 30k HP without adding many points into health. Right now I'm at 31, and I'm probably going to drop this health even more once I gold out all my gear. Besides that, my skills I'm using, I got, for when I'm in my DPS mode, I got the Pestilent Colossus, which I still have to level up. It's an okay skill. If I'm just soloing stuff, I'll sometimes switch to Werewolf, because I do have that skill also. I use Rending Slashes, Deadly Cloak, that helps with defense also, and it does a little bit of damage also. You got your Rapid Strikes, Steel Tornado just for some AoE damage when you're in a group, and then Shrouded Daggers I like because it sets the enemy off balance, and it gives you that major brutality, something that really helps me with DPS. If I switch back over to my tank, kind of basic. You got your Ransack to get aggro, and it does Major Fracture, reducing the physical resistance, helping you, help everybody in the group, there. And then I also get Minor Protection, which reduces the damage taken. I also got Shielded Assault, as you saw, just as something as a gap closer. And then another skill I like is the Ruinous Scythe. I don't know how to say it right. Just because it heals you. For 46-57 for the first enemy hit, and an additional 15-52 for each additional enemy. This will pretty much, with a lot of stamina regen, allow you to tank almost anything. I can sit here and spam this skill over and over again. So, with that, the only thing is my champion points. These are kind of all over the place right now. I don't know what I want to do with these yet. Like I said, this is all a very much work in progress. I have a lot of health recovery, Mooncalf that does stamina recovery once again, Magicka recovery. I don't know if I need that too much, honestly. And then the tenacity for getting back your magic and stamina with a heavy attack, which I don't do too often, so I might get rid of that. Nothing else really in anything else here. Nothing really here. I put a little bit in physical weapon expert, master at arms. I can't ever say this one. Farmer Church. I don't know. I can't talk. Damage over time for my Boneyard skill. And see the rest precise strikes for my crit damage, piercing to help increase physical penetration, and mighty. Over here I go, this is kind of basic I think for tanks. A lot of these they're kind of the same. Ironclad reduces direct damage, shields, spell shield, spell resistance. I did medium armor focus just so I could get that armor up there where it needs to be, because I am a 5-piece medium, just for that, once again, that stamina regen. Once again, a couple others here. Elemental Defender, Hardy, reduces damage taken, and Quick Recovery. I think that was just what I had left over, so I just threw it in there. And I think that's pretty much everything here. Like I said, I pull about 10 to 15k in dungeons right now, and it's pretty survivable if you know what you're doing. Even if you're brand new to this, you can probably run these, run this even with the vet. It's not that difficult, depending on which dungeon. So I'm going to go ahead and run the Pledge of the Day on vet, and you guys can see what I'm doing with this. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, nothing really new at the moment, so I'll go with this and maybe update another video, once I've finished all my gear and decided what I want for that second 5-piece. Because like I said, I want to get rid of... I'm not really a huge fan of the Eternal Hunt stuff. I think I could probably find something better. So maybe I'll update this once I've done that. So otherwise, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video.